Hi friend, today we're going to look at a free and easy way to send audio from our DAWs to Zoom when using a Mac computer. Doing this is going to allow you to use all the software instruments and plugins available to you in your DAW and apply those to your live stream so that you can get great sounds for your shows. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is download a virtual audio driver. I'm going to be using an audio driver called Soundflower today. Now at the moment, as you can see here, Soundflower doesn't support M1 chip-based Macs. So if you have a newer Mac, then I'd suggest you use an audio driver called Black Hole, which works the same. It's just created by a different software developer. And both of these are free to use. So I'm going to go down here and download the DMG file. And now I'm going to double click to install. And you'll get this message. So what you want to do is click OK and simply right click on the Soundflower package file and then click open. And you'll see this message, and then you can now open the file. And then we'll run through the installer. Once you've installed the driver, we'll just hit close here. You can choose to move it to the trash or keep it. And now if we go to our system preferences, to sound, you'll see we now have a new audio device called Soundflower 2-channel and Soundflower 64-channel. Now, as I mentioned before, these are virtual devices, so you won't actually hear any audio pass through here if you simply select this as your output. So what we need to do is create a multi-output device. So I'll show you how to do that. So to do this, we're going to go to our audio MIDI setup, which you can find under Applications and Utilities, or you can simply go to the Finder and type in Audio MIDI Setup, and that'll come up. So now you'll see I have my audio interface here. I've got Soundflower and any other audio drivers that you have installed. So what we want to do is click on the little plus button here, and we want to go Create Multi-Output Device. So here we want to select Soundflower 2-channel, as well as our audio interface, or however you're listening back to your audio. So if this is your built-in computer speakers, then you'd select built-in computer speakers. In my case, this is going to be the Profire 2626. And now for master device, set this to your audio interface. So I'm going to change this to Profire. And I'm going to make sure drift correction is selected for Soundflower, which it is. And for sample rate, you want this set to whatever your audio interface is set to. And generally, when you're working with video and live streaming, you're going to have this set to 48 kilohertz. So I'm going to scroll down here. And I'm going to rename this multi-output device just so I'm clear on exactly what it is. So all we got to do is click here. And I'm going to rename it Soundflower/Profire. So what's happening now is whenever we select this Soundflower Profire multi-output device as our output device, is we're going to be sending audio out of our audio interface, the Profire, and simultaneously we're also going to be sending audio out of the Soundflower 2-channel audio driver, which is what we're going to use to receive our audio in Zoom or OBS or any other software where we want to have incoming audio from our DAW. So now that we've created that, I can close this. And let's head over to our DAW. Now I'm going to be demonstrating in Logic Pro X today, but you can do this on any DAW that's installed on your Mac. So I'm going to go up to Logic Pro here, and then Preferences, and then Audio. So currently I have my output device set to Profire. So once again, that's my audio interface. But I'm going to change this to the multi-output device that we created, which again, we named Soundflower/Profire multi-output device. I'm going to select that. So once again, so now the audio from my DAW is going to go through my audio interface so I can actually hear it out of my speakers and my headphones. And it's also going to go to this virtual Soundflower driver. So now that we've got that set up, we can close this. So now let's head over to Zoom. So now in Zoom, I'm going to head over to our audio settings. So down here. So for the speaker, we'll leave this to our audio interface. Or if you're using the built-in speakers, you can set that built-in speakers or headphones. So for me, again, it's Profire 2626. Now for microphone, it's currently set to my audio interface. I'm going to change this to Soundflower. So this is what's going to be receiving the audio from my DAW. A few other settings to change. I'm going to make sure my input volume is set all the way to the top. I'm going to uncheck automatically adjust microphone volume. I'm going to set background noise to low. And then I'm going to make sure that this show in meeting option to enable original sound is checkmarked. And I'm going to checkmark high fidelity music mode and stereo audio. And now echo cancellation. If you're using headphones to listen back to your music, then you can uncheck this. But if you're using any speakers to listen back, you want to make sure that you keep this check marked on just so that you don't create any feedback or echoes. And now once you have this show in meeting option checked on, you'll notice up here in the corner, it'll say original sound on. And this is what we want. If it says off, you can just simply click it to turn it on. And having this original sound on is going to make sure that Zoom isn't messing with our sound at all, so that we just get the clean audio coming from our DAW. And now if we go back to our DAW, I just got a software instrument loaded in, just a simple piano. And if I play some of that, you're going to see the audio come in here in Zoom under Soundflower. So you saw that there, there's audio coming in. And so now that that's all set up, I can use any of the software instruments in my DAW. So that was just a piano. If I wanted to change this to, let's say, an organ, I can quickly do that. And there you go. So now I have access to all the software instruments in my DAW that I can be sending to my live stream, or I can create some incoming audio tracks. So then I can mix all these tracks, apply compression, reverb, EQ, any effects like that, and have that all sent to Zoom. So this just gives me way more ability to tweak all the sounds for your Zoom shows. And there you go. It's just that easy. If you want to learn more live streaming tips and tricks, please download my free Live Streaming Like a Pro Quick Start Guide by following the link in the description below. If you have any questions or need help with your live streaming setup, please leave those in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. I hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you in the next one.